Raptors energy counts on us and by viewers like you. Today, the Raptors of Southside homeschoolers take on the Pirates of Fulton. Now, here's the host of QuizBusters, Matt Ottinger.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. A nice crowd on hand today in our studio. Glad to have you watching at home. And as I like to say, face off against these players and see how you will do against some of the most challenging materials you'll see on a quiz game on television. We have one school, one homeschooled team. Let's meet our two teams and play our game, beginning with the Southside homeschoolers, the Raptors. And they are Kate Umholtz, Alexis Doughty, the captain, Drew Umholtz, and Brad Smith. And their advisor is Melissa Doughty. They will play the Pirates from Fulton High School, and that team is Cody Carpenter, Kurt Swanson, the captain, Mike Merritt, and Rick Borey. Their alternates are Candace Hodges and Brittany Borey, and their advisor is Graham Salogar. And one of these two teams in about 27 minutes' time will move on in our game. The other will have, hopefully, some positive experiences from having been here, and we'll find out what that result is once we get started here. The Quick 10 is how we'll begin things with 10 toss-up questions, 10-point questions. Let's get 100 points on the board, players, or as close as we can. The Quick 10 begins, after I say good luck, with question 1. Stephen Douglas authored what 1854 law that authorized popular referenda on slavery in its 2 namesake territories? Fulton, Mike.
Missouri-Kansas Act?
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Southside, anybody? Drew?
Kansas, Missouri?
No, Kansas was right, but and I probably would have given it to him if you just had the order wrong, but it's Nebraska. The Kansas-Nebraska Act is what I wanted. We'll start with question 2. In which Shakespearean play does Oberon, King of the Fairies, seek to regain Southside Alexis?
Midsummer's Night Dream?
That's right, 10 points. Question 3. Metals from groups 1, 2, and 3 usually join with non-metals in groups 16 and 17 through which kind of bond involving transfer of electrons? Fulton, Cody.
Ionic bond?
Ionic bond is right, 10 points. Question 4. In what European country was the 2004 presidential campaign marred by the dioxin poisoning? Southside, Drew.
Ukraine.
Ukraine is right. Viktor Yushchenko. Thank you for not having me have to say that during the question. Question 5. In 1968, Don Hewitt created what CBS program, the highest-rated news show during the 2004-2005 season, whose symbol is a ticking, Fulton, Mike.
60 Minutes?
60 Minutes. It's a Hoyer stopwatch. It's the brand name of that watch we've seen so many times. Question 6. In 1870, Franz Liszt's daughter Cosima married which German composer of The Flying Dutchman and The Ring Cycle? Southside Alexis.
Dante.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Fulton, anybody? Gave you a little bit more time. Anybody want to try? Rick does.
Beethoven?
It's Wagner. The German composer is Wagner. No points there. Question 7. What poetic collection, first published in 1855, includes I Sing the Body Electric, Song of Myself, and other poems by Walt Whitman? Southside Alexis.
Leaves of Grass?
Leaves of Grass is the collection. That's right. Question 8. What name is given to a quantity, like speed or distance, which, in contrast to velocity or displacement, does not have a direction? Southside, Brad.
Scalar?
Scalar quality is right. Question 9. Dapsang, Choguri, and Godwin Austen are alternate names for what highest peak of the Karakoram range, the second highest mountain in the world? Fulton, Mike.
2.
K2 is the second highest mountain. That's why it's called that. In question 10. Because he was a lowly actor, a petition to Louis XIV was needed to ensure the proper burial of what playwright of The Misanthrope and Tartuffe? French playwright is Molière. That's it. 7 out of 10. Well done. And Southside with an early 10-point lead. 10-point now for control of the bonus questions, where you can really score some points. Here we go, players. We'll start with this. The Smyrna and Mispillion rivers form the boundaries between the counties of this state, whose circular northern boundary has a 12-mile radius centered at Newcastle. Name this state whose 3 counties contain Rodney Village, Wilmington, and Dover. Southside Drew.
New Jersey.
I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. Fulton, Mike.
Dover.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he knows what he did wrong. I had gotten out Dover, and of course I was looking for the state of Delaware. Tough break, both teams. Let's shake that off and have a new toss-up for you. In the 1840s, he showed an intuitive understanding of the first law of thermodynamics in his experiments to determine the value of the British thermal unit. Who is this physicist, now the namesake of the SI unit for both heat and energy? Fulton, Mike.
Joule.
Joule is the right answer. James Joule. Well done. Fulton, bonus category for you. Do you know your blood types? Blood in general, your category. Blood types need to be checked before this process in which a patient receives blood products from another donor or potentially lethal clumping of blood cells can occur.
Transfusion.
Transfusion is right. Next, what are the 4 possible blood types in the most widely used grouping for which Carl Landstenier won the 1930 Nobel Prize in Medicine? I need your answer.
O negative, A, B, and B.
No, I'm sorry. It's, the negatives and the positives don't come into play in this. It's A, B, AB, and O. Those are the 4 main types. Tough break there, but you got 10 for the first one. Tricky question, Matt. Let's play our first pop quiz. With the lead now with those 2 answers that Fulton got in the first regular round of play, we're going to play our pop quiz now with each of you answering 3 questions against a single opponent. B-E-A will begin all the correct responses. B-E-A. Kate from Southside, Cody from Fulton begin things for us. An expanse of sand or pebbles along a shore. Kate's first.
Beach.
Beach is right. Next, a large, soft, frameless chair filled with plastic chips that molds itself. Kate.
Beanbag.
A beanbag chair molds itself to fit the contours of the occupant. Final question. A light or fire used as a guiding or warning signal. Cody.
Beacon.
A beacon. That's the B-E-A. Well played, both of you. Alexis, Southside. Kurt, Fulton. One of the best-known nicknames for the city of Boston. Alexis.
The Bean City.
No, I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. Kurt, any idea? Right concept, though, Alexis, but it's always known as Beantown. That's what I needed. You're very close. Next. A flat-bottomed cylindrical container with a pouring lip. Kurt.
Beaker.
A beaker, that's right, usually found in a lab. Finally, in machinery, the supports or guides for rotating parts, usually made up of 1 or more small metal balls. Kurt.
Bearings.
The bearings, the ball bearings. That's exactly right. Kurt figured that out. I like to see that. Captains now, Drew from Southside, Mike from Fulton. A breed of small hound having, Mike.
Beagle.
Very quick on that buzzer, long ears and so forth. That's right. Next. A skull cap traditionally associated, Drew.
Beanie.
Beanie, well done. And again on a quick buzzer. Finally, to smile radiantly or, Drew.
Beam.
To beam, that's right. Brad now, Southside, Rick, Fulton. Any non-human animal, especially a large, 4-footed, and ferocious one. Brad.
Beast.
A beast, that's right. Next. The unusual first name of the author of various children's books, best known for The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Rick.
Beatrix.
Beatrix Potter is her name. That's right for 10. And finally, the musical group of the 1960s, credited with popularizing the Brad.
Beatles.
No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong answer. Rick.
Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys. The rest of that, the California Surf Sound. Good guess, though, Brad. Didn't work out. Of course, the Beatles spell it B-E-A. Brad made a very good guess, but the rest of it, of course, went a different way. Hey, 20-point game. We've got control of the audio question up for grabs with this new toss-up. It began as a protest against police tactics in breaking a strike at the McCormick Reaper factory, but turned violent after a bomb killed 7 policemen. Name this seminal event in American labor history, an 1886 riot in Chicago that destroyed the Knights of Labor. called the Haymarket Square riot. Tough one there, new toss-up players. Before committing her most notorious act, she cut up her brother Apsyrus, and tricked the daughters of King Peleus into boiling their father. Later, she tried to convince Aegeus to poison his son, Theseus. Name this woman who murdered the children she had with Jason. It's a very unpleasant question, isn't it? Medea is her name. New toss-up players. The Socialist Party leader who became the new Prime Minister of Portugal in March 2005 shares his surname, except for the accent, with which ancient Greek philosopher and teacher of Plato who was forced to drink hemlock? Southside Alexis.
Socrates.
Socrates is, or Socrates, I believe it's how it's pronounced in Portugal. New toss-up, new bonus is, for Southside, it is the audio category. You're going to hear the clue come up first. When we've heard the clue together, I'll ask you some questions and see how you do with that. But first, we have to hear the audio, so listen carefully.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
First question, who's speaking?
JFK.
JFK, of course. That was from his 1961 inaugural address. Identify these other presidents from their inaugural addresses. First, his nearly 2-hour inaugural address was edited by Daniel Webster, and his delivery of it in the cold is often cited as the reason he died in office a month later. Name him. I need your answer.
Harding.
Not Harding. No, it was William Henry Harrison was the one who died a month after he gave a really, really long inaugural speech. No, 10 points on that. We're tied at 110. We'll break the tie. We'll try to break the tie with this toss-up. This country's 500 Naira bill, N-A-I-R-A, Naira bill, bears an image of an offshore oil rig that illustrates its dependence on and pride in its position as the largest oil producer in Africa. Name this country on the Gulf of Guinea, whose major cities include Ibadan, Abuja, and Lagos. Lagos, Drew, you're just barely in time.
Sudan.
Not Sudan, though, in Fulton. Now you get more time. Anybody? Mike?
Congo.
Nope, it's Nigeria. Lagos is, in fact, the capital of Nigeria. No points on that time. We will stay knotted at 110 is how we'll end up the first half of play. Toss-ups proving to be our downfall right now, but we're going to have a lot more scoring in our second half with a pop quiz waiting for him halfway through and a lot more, including the lightning round, which will move very, very quickly. But right now, at this point in our game, we get the chance to stop playing our game for a moment and talk to our players. Let's begin with our homeschoolers. And Kate, we'll put you in the hot seat. Welcome to the show. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Kate Umholtz, and I'm a junior, and I want to go into marketing.
All right. Well, thank you for coming and playing our game with us today, Kate. Alexis is next.
I'm Alexis Dottie. I'm a junior, and I like to play the violin. I enjoy literature, and I like to write.
All right. Very good, Alexis. You've already scored some of the literature questions. Drew is the captain.
Hi, I'm Drew Umholtz. I'm a senior, and I'm currently enrolled in LCC part-time, and I want to go into computer engineering.
Terrific, Drew. Good luck to you in that pursuit. And finally, let's meet Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad. I also want to go into computer engineering, something involved with music, hopefully, as well. Also, I'd like to give a shout-out to Danny. It's her birthday today. Can we sing happy birthday?
I don't think so. We actually get in trouble for that. Oh, I've made Brad sad. Happy birthday. Then let's have a hand for our homeschoolers. My producer, Susie's in the back right now saying, don't let him sing, don't let him sing. Thank you very much, Brad. And now let's meet the Pirates of Fulton High School, beginning with Cody.
I'm Cody Carpenter. I go to Fulton High School, and I plan on attending Michigan Tech.
All right, good luck. Way up there in the north. Very good, Cody. Welcome, Kurt.
I'm Kurt Swanson, and I'm not sure what I want to do or where I want to go, but I'll figure it out.
I'm sure you will. All right, terrific. Thank you. The captain is Mike.
I'm Mike Merritt. I'm a senior, and I'd like to go into mechanical engineering.
All right, good luck to you, Mike. And finally, Rick.
I'm Rick Borey. I'm a senior. I'd like to hopefully become an interpreter and then a professor of history.
All right, well, good luck to you. Some interesting pursuits followed by some of our players. The Pirates of Fulton High School. Make them feel welcome. I'm sure all of them at some point will choose some interesting pursuits. Some of them haven't decided yet, of course. Well, let's play our second half and see who's going to win this thing. And we're tied at 110 right now, and as I said before, we've got a pop quiz waiting for you halfway through. We'll end the game with the 60-second lightning round. We're playing for control of the video bonus category if we can get there. We're having some hard times here with some of these toss-up questions, but let's see how you do. We'll start the second half with this. This organization, whose political arm is known as the AWS, was legalized in 1989, 7 years after being banned by the Jaruzelski government. Name this labor union founded in 1980 at the Gdansk shipyard, once headed by former Polish President Lech Walesa. Fulton, Cody.
American Workers Society.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Southside, anybody? As you're trying to guess, and that doesn't hurt at all. But in this case, we were looking for Solidarity. Solidarity is the Polish labor union. New toss-up players. Her 2005 Back to Roots album, Fireflies, contains the autobiographical Mississippi Girl. Fulton Mike.
Faith Hill.
Knows his stuff when it comes to country music. That's exactly right. Country singer of Cry and Breathe since '96, married to Tim McGraw. That broke the tie. Fulton, see how you do now with the bonus category. It is the video bonus. We're going to have one of our friends from the Greenfield Village asking you your first question. Watch that on the monitor. Get that one right for me. I'll have 2 more in the category. So first, let's see your first question.
According to Thomas Edison's famous quote, 99% of genius comes from what?
I need your answer.
Luck?
No, I'm sorry. Hard work was his point. 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Hard work. No points there. You stay at 120. You do have the lead by 10, and we have a new toss-up for everybody. Bounded on the north by the Tallahatchie, its name is derived from 2 Chickasaw words, and its 2,400 square miles include the plantations of Grenier, McCaslin, and Sutpin. Jefferson is the county seat of what fictional county created by William Faulkner? Yoknapatawpha County is where most of William Faulkner's work, I think all of William Faulkner's works are set. New toss-up players. This nation's Hainaut and Namur provinces are part of its Wallonia region, while Limburg and Flemish Brabant are part of its Flanders region. Fulton, Kurt.
The Netherlands?
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Southside, I'll finish it for you. Flemish Brabant are part of its Flanders region. Name this European nation whose other provinces include Antwerp and Brussels. Drew.
Belgium.
Belgium. Brussels, Belgium. Kurt was very close to it, but it is Belgium. Southside bonus category for you. Art. And your first question. It shows the tidal goddess being blown to shore on a conch shell. First, name this painting found in the Uffizi. U-F-F-I-Z-I is where it's found.
The Birth of Venus.
That's exactly right. Second question. Name the Florentine painter of Birth of Venus.
Botticelli.
Botticelli is right. For 20 now. This other Botticelli painting centers on Venus in the Garden of the Hesperides. Hesperides, excuse me. Didn't answer. No. La Primavera is the last one for 20. That was a tough one for 20. You got 20 on a tough category and give you a 20-point lead as we're going to play our second pop quiz. Real common set of letters here, players. C-A-R. All your answers will begin with C-A-R. It means the clues could be easier, but then it's a matter of who's quicker to figure them out, of course. Kate now from Southside. Cody from Fulton. C-A-R, here we go. Another term for the West Indies, or the area of the Atlantic Ocean, roughly between Central and South America. Cody.
Caribbean.
The Caribbean, that's right. Next, any of the numbers that express amount, as opposed to those numbers that express order. You've got ordinal numbers and you've got cardinal numbers. Final question. The 2-word term for the preposterously cute pastel-colored stuffed animals of the 1980s. Cody.
Care Bears.
That's exactly right. Well done. We ask them everything on this show. Alexis now from Southside. Kurt from Fulton. The pop singer of the 1990s, whose 2005 comeback album is entitled The Emancipation of Mimi. Alexis. Don't say anything. Kurt, any idea?
Mariah Carey.
That's the one, Mariah Carey. Next. Being without anxieties or worries. Kurt.
Carefree.
Carefree is right. Final question. A kind of deer native to Alaska and Canada. Alexis.
Caribou.
A caribou is right. Captains now, Drew from Southside, Mike from Fulton. The destruction, especially in human losses, Mike?
Carnage.
The carnage after a violent battle. Next. The Bizet opera about a gypsy girl. Mike?
Carrietta.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Drew, you got anything? Carmen. Carmen is the opera. Final question. The 39th President of the United States. Drew.
Carter.
Jimmy Carter, that's right. Finally, Brad from Southside, Rick from Fulton. The ancient city-state in North Africa. Rick.
Carthage.
Carthage is right. Nice job on a quick one. Next. A system of coordinates in which the position of any point is determined by its distance from two lines. Brad.
Cartesian plane.
Cartesian is the system I needed. That's good for 10. And finally, a type of hymn or song. Brad.
Carol.
Usually associated with the Christmas season. That's right for 10, and we're tied. Look at that. The next time we get the fanfare, we're going to the lightning round. A few more toss-up questions to see who can break through and get some of these bonuses. New toss-up for all players. She claimed that the Archangel Michael, St. Catherine, and St. Margaret told her to take up the cause of Charles. Fulton, Rick.
Joan of Arc.
Nicely done. That's exactly right. You've got control. Breaking the tie. Fulton, what country controls these islands or island chains in the Atlantic? First, Greenland.
Denmark.
Right, for 10. Next, the Canary Islands. I need your answer.
France.
Not France. Spain controls the Canaries. You got 10 for that, 20-point lead. New toss-up players. He is raised by Polybus and Merope, but after leaving Corinth, he kills King Laius, answers the riddle of the Sphinx, and marries Southside Alexis.
Oedipus.
Oedipus solves the riddle and marries Jocasta. Bonus category for Southside. Back and forth we go. Which Army of the Potomac commander was dismissed or resigned after each of the following? First, failing to follow up his victory at Antietam. I need your answer.
Green.
No. George McClellan was the one at Antietam. No points there. We have a new toss-up, players. This computer programming language introduced user-defined primitive types called enumerations, and it was used to write much of the original operating system for the Macintosh. Name this language invented by Nicholas Worth and named for a French mathematician. Southside, Drew.
Pascal.
Pascal is the language. Pascal is the mathematician. Southside, your bonus. In which city or town do these dramatic characters live? The city or town from you. First, Shakespeare's Shylock. Quiet in the audience, please.
Venice.
Venice is right. He was the merchant of Venice. Next, Arthur Miller's Elizabeth Proctor. I need your answer. No, too much time. From the Crucible, Salem, Massachusetts. The witch trials and so on. 10 points on that one gives you a 10-point lead. Hey. We are going to decide our winner with the 60-second lightning round. A brief moment to catch our breath. We see the Southside with a one-question lead, I should say. A reminder, players, the rules have changed. You're going to get 10 points when you're right, but when you give us a wrong answer, we're going to subtract 10 points. So we're not guessing now. We want to be kind of sure of ourselves if we're going to get these right and win this game. The 60-second timer is set, obviously anybody's contest, and the lightning round begins now. What Scottish missionary did reporter Henry Stanley locate in 1871? Rick.
Dr. Livingston.
Right. What 19th century writer is best known for living alone at Walden Pond? Mike.
Thoreau.
Right. What unit of distance equal to 1/8 of a mile is commonly used in horse racing? Drew.
Furlong.
Right. What colorful bird would you associate with the ancient throne of Persia or the National Broadcasting Company? Rick.
Peacock.
Right. What is the name of the red playing piece in a traditional game of Clue? Alexis.
Miss Scarlett.
Right. What do we call a fear of high places? Rick. Time. What is the capital of Ukraine? Drew.
Kiev.
Right. In what state would you find a giant sequoia tree called the General? Kurt.
California.
Right. Cheerios and Wheaties are both produced by what cereal? Mike.
General Mills.
Right. What British unit of weight is equal to 14 pounds? Time. What red seasoning powder has a Hungarian name meaning... Time is up. That's late. We stay tied. That came after the buzzer. Does not matter. We throw that out. We're going to break the tie with a completely different question. We go back to the regular style of play. A wrong answer means the other team gets a chance to answer. If you buzz in and you're right, you won the game. New toss-up for all players. .375. Alexis. Too much time. Fulton. Do not confer. .375 can be represented as what common fraction? Too much time. New question. 3/8. We'll break it with this. What principality in Western Britain has a capital at Cardiff? Mike?
Wales.
Right. 10 points. Fulton, you've won the game. The players did very, very, very well in the lightning round. Acrophobia was the fear of high places. I think that's the only one they missed. Rick probably had paprika, but the light came on after the zeros had gone down, so we had to break the tie with a different question entirely. Wow, what a game. Boy, everybody's grinning, and that's nice to see because it's got to be bitterly disappointing to lose this closely. Southside, a great contest. Thank you so much for playing. Best of luck in the future to you. Fulton, your future is back here with us in the second half. We'll see you then. White division game was great. Green division game next time. The Saxons of Hastings play the Warriors of Waverly. Please join us for that. We're getting down to the end, and then some of these teams you'll see in our second round. It's going to be fun for all of us. I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.
Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy, count on us. And by viewers like you. Book Scholarship Awards for QuizBusters are provided by SBS, the student bookstore, located at 421 East Grand River Avenue in East Lansing. For more information about QuizBusters or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit our website at WKAR.org.